Hi folks, welcome to the Sabre Zone. This is a video on this channel, if you're new, that always discusses what you had to say and what you said. And I'll show you guys exactly how you said it. Here it comes. So let's take a look at this. Well, let me get my glasses. This is a good one. This is a good one. Okay, shout out goes to Greg Malcolm. And here's what he said. Because can you imagine if Buffalo wins a cup before Eichel does, his head might explode? Even better yet, Buffalo wins by beating Vegas in the Stanley Cup Finals. Now guys, what do you think of that? Can you imagine? Could you imagine our first go at, look, I got a fly in here again, my goodness. We go deep, we go to the finals, and you know, we're doing one of those runs like in 98 and 99, one of those kind of runs, and we're in the finals again, and we're hungry as hell, and we wind up having to play Jack Eichel and the Vegas Golden Knights in the final. Could you imagine if it came down and we win? Oh my goodness. Guys, that would be the ultimate for me, and Leonard's and Nets when we beat them. For me, that would be the ultimate dream Stanley Cup. For me, would be beating those two guys in the finals. I would love nothing more than that. Oh my goodness, Greg, geez, this was genius, honestly. This is something I would just love to see happen, love to experience, because to go this deep is one thing, you know, to the finals and win this and win the Stanley Cup. I don't think we're going to care who we beat if we get there and win it, right? As long as we win it. But what if it's Vegas? What if? I was never considering that, because anything's possible in the future. Anything's possible in the future. We could get there, and all of a sudden Vegas got their act together again, and they're building properly. And this could be 5 years, 6 years from now. Who knows? Anything's possible in the future, anything. And it would be a riot, you know, because look, what were the odds it was going to be Dallas in the finals? One of my best friends, he was a Dallas fan, Minnesota North Stars fan, and he became a Dallas fan when they went over to Dallas. And his first year, he gets to see his team. Well, not really. No, he got to see them against Pittsburgh when they lost. That's not true. Right. He's seen them lose when the Penguins won their first cup and beat the North Stars in 6 in 91. He witnessed that. And then 8 years later, he's watching the Dallas Stars playing the Stanley Cup Finals against the Sabres. And he really expected them to have a much easier time, I remember, back then, Christian. So it's one of those memories I have. You know, Christian's no longer with us, and yeah, and he really like gave me a pat on the back when the Sabres lost that series. He said, my goodness, you know, like I did not think it was going to be like this. So anything can happen in the playoffs, Greg. Anything. We know this. The Sabres get in, they could be the 8th seed and they can go all the way. And then all of a sudden we're unstoppable. By the time we get to the finals, we just got everything going. All the pistols are firing. Everybody's in the zone. Everything's going right, you know. And if we can get that to happen, hey man, all the power is all in momentum in hockey. It is. You guys know it. How many times you watch a game and you see you're in the third period and you know they score late. All of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, the game is tied now, but they got the momentum. You know, you guys know how that works. And if the Sabres get the momentum and they get it going and they get into a deep run all of a sudden, then you know it could be against Vegas. Oh my goodness. Like I can name some teams off the cuff. I'd love to see us beat Edmonton. That would be nice too. Beating, not because it's McDavid's fault, but it would be nice to beat McDavid in the finals because of the whole thing. He should have been on our team, that kind of thing, and Edmonton lose to us, that would be nice. And I like the Oilers. I always cheer them on. They're like my favorite West team. I always cheer them on. I would like to see that. I would like to see Anaheim because of 2007. I would like to see that because I thought we were the best team in the league that year and they wound up winning the cup that year. But along the way would be, who do we beat along the way? I'd like to beat Toronto, Boston, Montreal. I mean, all these teams, Philadelphia. These are all teams I'd like to beat along the way to that finals. If by chance we do get to live that one day. I would love to see that. Oh, let me turn my volume down, guys. One of you guys, I think, just posted something. There we go. So, what do you think, guys? Who would you want to beat in the Stanley Cup Finals if we get there? Would it be Vegas? I'm going to guess the majority of you. I'm going to guess the majority of you are going to say Vegas with this one, because could anything be any sweeter than Jack Eichel having to line up and shake our hands after we're going to hoist a Stanley Cup? Can you imagine? You know? And Tuck being the captain that day. I couldn't imagine. And Krebs winning the Conn Smythe. You know, I can go on and on. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't that be an awesome, awesome thing to happen? Wouldn't it be justice? That's what I'll say. Wouldn't that be justice, though? For the suffering we had to endure to get that damn draft pick, which we never got, okay? We had to settle for a consolation prize of a good hockey player, not a great one. And to actually still, the championship happens before it happens for that player. That would be, for me, amazing, guys. I can't even tell you how. Well, I put it this way, I think my channel will blow up, okay? I think my channel will blow up like 1,000 subscribers a day if something like that happened. Oh my goodness. It would be epic, guys. It would be epic. I can go on about this. I don't want to drag it too long, but my goodness, what a thought, Greg. What a thought that is. I just never thought about that, because I'm kind of writing off Vegas, that they're not going to last much longer, I don't think. I think Vegas has had their day. I just can't see them sticking around for another 4 or 5 years. I mean, they don't know how to build. They just know how to acquire. They don't know how to build. So, I don't know, the odds. Could be another GM's there. He has a different vision, starts building the team right, tells the owner, listen, you know, we're going to waste Jack Eichel's years here if we don't do this, because these guys are all in their 30s now. We got to do this. We got to go this route. Could happen. Anything can happen in the future, but I would just love, in that order, I would love, if it was my pick of any team in the West to beat in the finals, for sure, with me, would be Vegas. And I would love to do it Game 7 in overtime. I just would. Something like that. Oh my goodness. I can go on and on about this, guys. I would love for this day to come. So Greg, thanks for teasing me with this, because this is one of those thoughts that I can just take to the bank all day long and ring it in my head. My goodness, you know. I'll be surprised if any of you guys, Vegas isn't your first pick. I'll be surprised, unless there's a team out there you just can't stand. You know, I would like to beat them. I like to beat a Canadian franchise too, if I had my choice. I'm not crazy about the Canadian franchises to start with, most of them. And Calgary come to mind. I'd like to beat Calgary. Teams that have won a Stanley Cup in their history, I'd be good with. But for me, I'm just going to leave it there. It's got to be Vegas. If we ever win a Stanley Cup, please let it be Vegas and Jack Eichel still on the team. And I'm good to go all summer. All right, guys. That's it. I'll see you in the next one.